It is a terrifying thing for any parent to think about. The chance of a stranger breaking into your home, potentially harming your children.
But one thing to ask yourself, would your kids let a stranger inside your home if they came to the door? One Huntersville mom told us her frightening story where that actually happened and led us to a WCNC safety test.
Yeah, the mom posted about the incident on social media, and it struck a nerve with other mothers concerned about the same thing. We asked our sources at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department about it, and they had a solution.
So we put 3 families to the test to see if their children would open up the door for a stranger.
I almost started crying. I was at work and I just wanted to go home, and it was terrifying, and I thought somebody could have taken my kids. It was absolutely terrifying.
Megan Lashua is talking about the night her kids faced a stranger at the door while she was at work and her husband was upstairs with their youngest.
And they had opened the door, answered it, and had a conversation with whoever this person was that had come to the door.
Lashua was so disturbed by the incident, she posted about it on social media, asking other moms for advice.
And I got a lot of good feedback and a lot of good ideas, but it was also really scary to know that this is kind of common.
Safety experts tell us that is exactly why they encourage parents to test their kids.
Why is testing so important?
So testing provides procedural memory. So the more that you do one specific thing over and over, it's going to become more instinctive for you to react.
3 moms agreed to it, including Tammy Panovich. That's right, the wife of NBC Charlotte chief meteorologist Brad Panovich.
So they've been asking a lot to be left alone. Making sure, I guess, for me, that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a parent to help them.
You come over and get some of this. Look at all the stuff I got.
We used the same safety team that helped us with an earlier test to see if kids would go with a stranger.
You're stopping about right in here.
Karen and Dave Fisher run Rad Kids of Lake Norman. Their camps include role-playing to help kids distinguish a good stranger from a bad. Our stranger, Dave, loads up a box in the car for delivery. At each house, he will knock on the door and see if any of the kids will let him inside. I'll be waiting out of view with the moms to see what happens. It doesn't take long at the first house for 8-year-old Bryn to answer the door.
Hi, I have a delivery here.
And let him inside.
Okay, right here.
Time to let her in on the test.
Has your mom talked to you about opening the door when strangers knock on it if she's not home?
Yeah.
You thought before that she might open the door.
I did.
Right?
I did. We're so feeling safe in this cul-de-sac. So I did think she would probably open the door for him.
I mean, this is absolutely very good training, very important, because as we see, as soon as we walked up, she was already outside. So a lot of things could have happened. By doing this next time, I think that she's going to do much better.
All right, on to house number 2. Let's see what happens.
At house number 2, 8-year-old Kinley waited on her 9-year-old brother Kyler to answer the door.
Hi, how are y'all?
Again, our stranger had no trouble getting inside.
It's really heavy. You'll be put it down for you?
After telling the kids what was going on
Have your parents talked to you about not opening the doors for strangers?
and reassuring them that they weren't in trouble, we talked to them about what happened.
We made sure it wasn't like a stranger. We knew it. We made sure it was like the mailman or somebody.
Just because he looked like he was the mailman, that we still don't want to open the door because I want to keep you guys safe.
So far, 0 for 2, so let's see what happens at this final house.
At this house, Mom and Dad have repeatedly talked to the kids about not opening the door to a stranger. Was it enough?
Have a delivery. How you doing, buddy? Hey.
Parents aren't here right now.
Strike 1.
Here. Okay.
But this time, they don't let him inside.
Bye-bye.
Again, our security team spent time talking to the kids.
Let me tell you something. You can say no to grown-ups.
Police say it's important to go over these safety practices more than once.
Way to go.
Back at the Lashua household, Megan and her husband installed a Ring camera to give them a greater sense of security. But they know there will be more talking.
I thought that was something maybe I would worry about in a few years, not now. And I know that it just, you can't really tell them too young. If they're old enough to open the door, you need to have the conversation with them.
This one was hard for me because I don't know, when I tested my daughter, there was something about like I was instructing her afterward, you don't need to do that. But when it was like your kids, when it was somebody else, I felt so bad going up to them and their eyes were just so big.
You just knew that they knew they've done wrong.
Like immediately they realize. I think because we tell our kids all the time not to do this, but I think like you said, Kyler, I thought for sure would be my rule follower, not open the door, but they just thought it was the mailman and let him in. So I'm glad we tested them because they've been asking us a lot about, hey, can we run the grocery store? We're like, nah, maybe we're a little too young, and now we're realizing maybe they are still too young.
Right, but that's what our safety experts say. You test, and then a few months, test again. Yes, because that's how you prepare.
Yes.
Exactly. So thanks for letting us try out your kids.
I was so nervous about it.
Well, if you have a story you want the Defenders to look into, email them at thedefenders@WCNC.com. You can also call or text. The number is 980-2-WCNC 36.